3, 2, 1.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
The Puff and Steph Podcast, back for some fun. Hey, everybody. Hey, Steph, how's your house?
It's good.
Yeah?
Can't complain.
Really? You might be the only one that can't complain.
Well, I just feel like we'll never again in our lives have the chance to spend like this much time at home with our dogs and our families. So I've actually gotten myself to kind of just enjoy it. Like I don't really hate it anymore. I do miss friends in the gym and work, but
Sure.
I'm kind of like, okay, I'll just catch up on some Netflix and be with the doggos.
All right. Well, you know, you're doing your part. You're social distancing. Have you seen anyone but your family lately, or just your family? What about
Just my family.
when you're running outside? Do you still run outside?
Yeah, and we all, like everybody in my neighborhood hardcore avoids each other, like crosses the street. Like there's more than 6 feet in between us at all times.
Right.
So.
Well, you're doing your part. You know who's not doing or their part that's my family. Once again, I have to tell you something, and it's the wife's side of the family. We all did like a Zoom call for Easter.
Uh-huh.
And sister-in-law tells us that she lets niece and nephew play with the neighbor kids. I'm not feeling that.
Yeah.
And I looked over at Laura and I was like, really? And she's like, shut up.
Right, that's not how it's supposed to be working.
I mean, to each their own, and I don't have kids, so I don't know what it's like, and she's doing her best, but you know,
But it's not really to each his own. It's a rule for everybody. It's the same rule for everybody.
Well, you're gonna raise your kids how you're gonna raise your kids. I don't necessarily agree, but you know, both sets of parents are at fault there, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not something I approve of, but obviously they're not seeking my approval, so it doesn't matter to them.
Right.
But
Maybe the kids are just driving them nuts, and they're just like, yes, go, get out, get away from me.
Knowing those children, that's probably a true statement.
Aw.
Don't get me wrong. I like my niece and nephew, but they could be a bit much, especially together. I couldn't even imagine being trapped with them for days and days and weeks on end. Not only that, you're homeschooling them.
Right. I'm sure it's that way for all parents. I don't know how they're doing it.
It was pretty funny because we asked my niece, Zoe, we're like, how's your mom at teaching? And she's like, bad. My mom's bad. Her mom's a college professor.
Wow. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So she's a professor at Villanova, but apparently she's a bad teacher, according to my niece.
How old is your niece?
Is she like 10?
So she can teach college students, but not 10-year-olds.
Yeah. That's what it seems like. So we got a nice dose of what it's like to have kids and stuff on that Zoom call. Luckily, you know, we only have the dog, and he's a little bit annoying, but you know, not that bad.
But he's so happy that you're home with him.
Yeah, he's actually up here right now, which is shocking. What are you doing?
I'm sure he's so happy.
Stop doing whatever you're doing. He's doing something he's not supposed to be doing. Whatever. It's
That's what Moo does.
Yeah, it's what Mugatu does. So we all know about what's going on with toilet paper in this time, and it's not the only thing. As a matter of fact, it's not even in the top 5 in terms of what products have like skyrocketed in demand through this whole thing. You would think,
Really?
yeah, you would think it would at least be in the top 5. It's not in the top 5. Like disposable gloves is number 1.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
But then there's certain things that just don't make a lot of sense. How about this? Bread machines. The sales of bread machines have gone up 652% during
Are
this
people
whole...
trying to make their own bread?
Yes, instead of going out and buying it. People need something to do.
Right. I guess that makes sense, but I just don't think that making bread would be that common as a hobby, but I guess it is.
Yeah.
And people are probably afraid that the world's going to run out of bread, so...
Which it doesn't seem to be.
No, I think we're good.
Cough medicine is way up. Soup
What?
is way up. Like, soup is up 397% during this whole thing.
Wow.
Rice and dried grains. So some of
Yeah.
these are people like prepping.
Right. Yeah, we could not find rice anywhere at Giant the other day. And the guy, we talked to one of the managers, and he's like, we can't keep it, like, we can't stock it. I guess, and I was like, why is rice in such high demand? Along with like tomato sauce and cake mix and cheese. Like, why is that all being taken so quickly?
People are baking cakes, making their own pasta, and using the cheese for it. Who knows? Who knows? Other things that have doubled or tripled in online sales. Some of these are hilarious. Fruit cups. All of a sudden, fruit cups are in high demand. Like, it really is amazing. Hair color.
Yes. Yep. Because people are doing it on their own.
Yep.
Which makes me very nervous.
Do you color your hair?
I get highlights usually of some kind.
Yeah, me too.
But it's not really like, I haven't gotten it done in forever, and it's not really a big deal. And I would never attempt to do it on my own. Ever.
You should.
No.
You should do it for the show. Come on.
No.
Let's see. Free weights are way up. People are getting free weights delivered to their house.
I'm going to order some, I think, from like Target or something.
You think so?
I think so.
Dishwashing supplies, of course. Toilet paper. Toilet paper was like I said, it was like number 8 or something, believe it or not. And dog food coming in. Got to make sure
I'm
the
glad
dogs
people
are
are
fed.
stocking their dogs up, you know?
Yeah. But grocery shopping is getting really, really weird right now. I know the Giant around here is making it so only a certain amount of people can enter the store. A lot of them, and I don't know if it's all of them, but I have seen pictures of them where like you can only go through the store in a certain way.
Yep. It's a pain.
I have not grocery shopped yet, and I need to. I have a new Puff's Pantry that's supposed to come out this week. I don't have any supplies for it. And that means I have to go to the store, and I'm so nervous because I am a traverser, if you will. I am not like a set, like I have a pattern, I go outside, then inside, then I'm done or whatever. I'm like, I start in one section, I move, maybe I'll go back. It's not very efficient. I know it isn't, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive in this new style of grocery shopping.
Yeah, it's terrible. Don't go if you don't have to. I went into Giant the other day to get like 3 things, and the line was so long because they're now spacing out registers and they're telling you which register to go to. I just left. I was like, it's not even worth it. And following the arrows, I get what they're trying to do, but I will say that a lot of people tend to not be following that.
Oh, so you don't have to?
You're supposed to, but when I was there, I noticed a lot of people just kind of doing their own thing.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad I don't have to. I'm definitely a do my own thing type person. I don't want to sit there and wait for 2 hours for a half cart full of stuff, though. That's what I'm worried about.
Right. Well, and like if you need something at this end of the aisle, but the arrow's going in the other direction, what are you supposed to do? Walk all the way around? I mean, I don't know. I get what they're trying to do. I think they're doing their best, but a lot of people were not following it.
And of course, if you do your own thing, do you get dirty looks from people who are following the rules?
Probably, yeah. But you can't see it because they have masks on, so you don't know that they're giving you a dirty look.
I can tell by their eyes. That's what it is. I can tell by their eyes. We're doing this really cool thing tonight on the Puff and Steph Facebook page. Olivia is going to be performing live. We're calling it Tuesdays with Olivia. We'll be on talking to people, and you guys can give your requests, and it's all brought to you by CBD American Shaman of PA. That happens tonight on our Facebook page. Very excited for Olivia to do her thing.
Me too. I just wish that we could actually be with her, but we can just pretend.
Right. Well, here's the thing. I told her when I talked to her about doing this, I said, listen, I'm trying to set this up so that in the future she could like come and do it at my house, right? And the 3 of us could hang out and she could sing and we could drink and have a good time with her. So we're just trying to like start something new and fresh that we can continue after this whole quarantine thing is over.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I don't think it's a terrible idea. There's worse things out there, I think, possibly. All right, coming up in just a couple of minutes, if someone's getting too close to you, like at the grocery store, what's the proper etiquette now? Do we have a back-off sign or something? We need to talk about that next.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
CBD American Shaman of PA wants you to know that even though their stores can't be open right now, they're still there for you and for all of your CBD product needs. Make these tough times more manageable with CBD American Shaman of PA. Their products can be shipped right to your door, and they may help relieve your pain, your anxiety, and your sleeping troubles. Visit hempishealth.com for the full selection of the most powerful CBD products available. That's hempishealth.com for fast, easy online ordering.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Hey honey, how are the taxes going?
Pretty good. Let's see. We either get $800 back or we owe $4,000.
I think we should call H&R Block.
Let's face it, taxes can be confusing and the laws seem to change every year. Let the professionals at your local H&R Block take the worry out of your tax season. H&R Block in Dillsburg, Newville, Biglerville, Fairfield, and Gettysburg have been owned by the same family for over 50 years, and they've been there for every tax law change along the way. Don't leave money on the table. File your taxes confidently with H&R Block.
Do your kids lose their house keys? Do you hide a key near your front door for friends, relatives, the cleaning lady, or pet sitter? Do you need a better way to secure your home? Let ITD Systems and Security solve all your problems. ITD has the knowledge and experience to install smart home features like smart locks, motion sensors, indoor and outdoor cameras, and wireless keypads that control everything. Plus, you can turn off lights, lock doors, and view any of your cameras right from your cell phone or tablet. Turn your house into a future house and add peace of mind to your life with ITD Systems and Security. To find out more, visit itdssi.com.
Now back to the Puff and Steph podcast.
We are all in this together. It's the truth, but some of us are being a little bit more careful than others. You know, I talked a little bit a few minutes ago about my niece and nephew playing with the neighbor kids, and you know, we've discussed other people not necessarily following the rules. What's the proper etiquette at the grocery store? My neighbor, I say neighbors, but I think they were a couple blocks away. It was on one of those like neighborhood Facebook pages. Someone was complaining about like a block party kind of thing happening.
Right.
And some people were like, oh my God, that's terrible. While other people were like, you need to mind your own business. Like, it was actually pretty funny to watch. It's like Michael Jackson eating the popcorn gift.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, totally.
You need to comment on it so that you can, like, follow the notifications of the other comments.
Oh, I just go up and say, turn notifications on for this post.
Nice. That's smart, yeah.
That way I'm not involved in any way whatsoever. But it does make me curious. How do you go about telling someone that they're too close to you? You know, like, let's just say you said your neighborhood's really good at social distancing. Let's say that that wasn't the case, right? Let's say that for whatever reason, people in your development were just like, nothing's going on, no big deal, I don't believe the government or whatever. And you're walking your dogs, and someone is pretty close to you. Is it a dirty look you give them? Like you said, people should give me or anyone else at the grocery store, or do, but you can't tell because they have masks on. Do you actually say something?
Right. I think, I mean, just because I'm not a confrontational person, I would just like cross the street and go around them. Just move away from them. You have just as much as control of the situation as they do. So maybe just kind of look at them and then make it clear that you're not trying to be close to them.
All right. So that was my other question. Like, if you're walking your dogs on one side of the street and someone's coming the opposite side, but on the opposite way, but on the same side as you, do you cross the street? Are you a street crosser, or will you pass? Or you pass them? And hold your breath, maybe.
No, we definitely, especially with the dogs, try to avoid other people. So typically, I'll cross the street when I'm running. I try to run on the road around people because sometimes you can't cross the street, and
right.
a lot of other people in my neighborhood they'll cross the street and then I don't have to. So it is kind of awkward. Like, I get really anxious when I see someone coming towards me because it's kind of like, all right, who's going to cross? What's going on here? And you don't communicate it. Someone just crosses. Everybody here has been really good about it, but it can be awkward if someone's like all up in your business.
Well, let's talk about running then, right? From what I understand, from graphs on the internet, which, I mean, believe them if you will, but obviously when you're running, you're breathing harder.
Yeah.
So that means you're shooting what could potentially be dangerous germs out into the air at like a greater force.
Oh my gosh. And people give me dirty looks and I'm like, I am out of breath because I'm running. And like sometimes I cough because like I can't breathe.
You exert yourself, sure. Yeah,
my throat is dry, and people look at you like you're the devil. Seriously, people give dirty looks. I'm like, I don't have corona. I'm just out of breath because I ran up a hill.
But my question is, let's say you're running and somebody is faster than you, and they're also running, and they're behind you, right? And they're about to pass you, and you know this. What do you do in this situation? Because they're breathing hard, running,
right.
Just shooting them germs out all up in the air, all up in your area. Are
Right.
you a panicker at this situation? Do you like, what do I do? Do I cross the street? Do I just hold my breath? Because that's getting on you, I hate to say.
Yeah, it does stress me out a little, but if they're trying to pass me, I, at that point, kind of feel like it's their problem. And there is actually a kid in my neighborhood who I've had this with, super skinny. He's always running, and he, like, sprints the entire time. And he usually crosses the street or just gets onto the road and runs around me and then gets back on the sidewalk. So I kind of feel like the ball's in his court if he's so fast that he has to pass me.
He's the fastest kid alive. He's the fastest kid alive.
Right. So I'm like, you handle that yourself. And he usually does go around, luckily, so I don't have to deal with his germs all up in my business.
Have you thought about running with a mask on?
Absolutely not. But I saw a guy doing that, and I was like, how can you breathe? No, definitely not.
Okay. I'm just giving you options.
Well, I don't feel like it's necessary because I am, for the most part, not near anybody. And if I do come close to somebody, we separate anyway. So I don't think whatever people want to do personally to take their own precautions. But for me, I just don't think it's necessary because I'm not in a crowd of people. I'm not near anybody.
And I don't have an opinion on this because I don't run. So I want to get your take on this as someone who has worked in the service industry, someone who lived off tips for a couple of years. There is an hospitality expert who says that you should double your normal tip for delivery drivers right now. He's a professor at Johnson & Wales University. He said, and this is totally my line, he says, go with your heart. It's good karma. It's good for mankind. But he says that these delivery drivers and these people bringing you takeout orders from, if you're doing like curbside pickup, they're putting themselves in harm's way. And because of that, they deserve double our normal tips. So if you're like, I don't like to brag, but I am a 20% tipper. That is who I am. So I'm supposed to tip 40% now? That's a lot.
See, I feel like maybe that rule could apply to someone who doesn't tip great to begin with. I think the main point is just to tip well, which you already do.
Right.
I don't think you need to double that.
Well, it makes me feel like a bad person if I don't tip well or tip double now, because this jerk was like, it's good karma. Go with your heart. No one tells me to go with my heart. That's what I tell other people to do.
Right. Well, that's a huge tip. I mean, maybe if you want to throw in a few extra bucks, but if you already tip really well, I don't think you need to double it. I mean, I get that they're probably not as busy right now and they're kind of putting themselves at risk. So maybe give them a few extra bucks because we appreciate what they're doing.
See, and obviously you know that I am a firm believer in local. We're doing that whole thing, that Pledge 10, hashtag Pledge 10. Anytime you spend any of your stimulus money at a local business, please tag the business, use the hashtag Pledge 10. I am curious to know how some of these businesses are doing compared to their normal numbers, because, a lot of people are getting takeout now, are getting delivery that maybe wouldn't necessarily before. Like right now, I don't want to go to the grocery store, so I might order in.
Right.
So I'm curious to talk to some of these business owners. I hope they're doing well, and I hope that our hashtag Pledge 10 helps them a little bit.
Right. And I think a lot of people are ordering more delivery because they're just sitting at home wanting to eat. But some people are also freaked out by the idea of not knowing who made the food and where it came from. So I think it's probably a little bit of both.
Right. That, and of course the cost, and a lot of people losing their jobs or being furloughed, things like that. It all makes sense. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, I'm really, 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 really curious. A lot of reallys there on what your take on this is going to be, because I have no idea where you're going to stand on this. So I can't wait for these commercials to be over. I'm intrigued. We'll be right back.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
CBD American Shaman of PA wants you to know that even though their stores can't be open right now, they're still there for you and for all of your CBD product needs. Make these tough times more manageable with CBD American Shaman of PA. Their products can be shipped right to your door, and they may help relieve your pain, your anxiety, and your sleeping troubles. Visit hempishealth.com for the full selection of the most powerful CBD products available. That's hempishealth.com for fast, easy online ordering.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Hey, honey, how are the taxes going?
Pretty good. Let's see. We either get $800 back or we owe $4,000.
I think we should call H&R Block.
Let's face it, taxes can be confusing and the laws seem to change every year. Let the professionals at your local H&R Block take the worry out of your tax season. H&R Block in Dillsburg, Newville, Biglerville, Fairfield, and Gettysburg have been owned by the same family for over 50 years, and they've been there for every tax law change along the way. Don't leave money on the table. File your taxes confidently with H&R Block.
Do your kids lose their house keys? Do you hide a key near your front door for friends, relatives, the cleaning lady, or pet sitter? Do you need a better way to secure your home? Let ITD Systems and Security solve all your problems. ITD has the knowledge and experience to install smart home features like smart locks, motion sensors, indoor and outdoor cameras, and wireless keypads that control everything. Plus, you can turn off lights, lock doors, and view any of your cameras right from your cell phone or tablet. Turn your house into a future house and add peace of mind to your life with ITD Systems and Security. To find out more, visit itdssi.com.
Now back to the Puff and Steph Podcast.
I have been sitting on this story all day long. I have no idea what you're going to think of it, because part of me thinks you're going to be excited about it. The other part of me is like, how does this even exist? Well, I can tell you this right now. It does not exist in America as far as I'm aware. This comes to us from Russia. Now, just like America, other countries are in lockdown. And unlike America, some of these countries are really, really super hardcore about their lockdown. Like,
Right.
You do it or you go to jail.
Wow.
Yeah. Russia, one of those places. The lockdown is exceptionally strict. In fact, one of the only ways to go out is when you're walking your dog. That gives you a free pass to go outside as long as you have a dog.
So you're not allowed to if you don't have a dog?
If you don't have a dog, you have to stay in your house.
That's terrible. They're all going to gain weight. Oh, that's so upsetting. Wow. That's awful.
Now, we don't have those strict laws, so I don't think people are doing this around here, but I don't know. Some people are renting their neighbors' dogs so they have a reason to get out.
What a good idea. Why not? You should be allowed to go out and go for a walk.
The going rate is a few bucks for a half an hour.
Wow, that's pretty cheap.
Right, it is. And I know that you're like, oh, that's great. Ha ha, hoo, dogs and walking. Bleh. But
Is that what I sound like?
100%. Nailed it. But what if all of a sudden one day you got a knock and a jingle when I knock with this mic because of the thing I put on here for you. And it's like, hi, my name is Tasha, whatever. I'm your neighbor. I know that you have a couple of dogs. May I rent one to go for a walk? Do you give up your dog for a half an hour to a stranger? Shoot.
Oh, no. No.
Even if you know them. I mean, are you friends with your neighbors?
There's a few of them that there's maybe one neighbor that I have now that I would trust. My neighbors, where I grew up, I would have trusted all of them. But here, most of them I don't really know that well. And I just wouldn't in general because I don't trust anybody else with my dogs.
Right. So that's why. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I even get nervous when we go to Florida and my brother watches the dogs. I worry. I'm like, is Zoe okay? How's everything? Can you send me pictures to confirm that they're okay? I'm a big worrier. So. Were
you nervous the one day I watched your dogs when I came over?
A little bit, just because you never know what could happen. Sure. So yeah, I don't really trust anybody.
I'm never nervous when you watch my dogs.
Aw, thanks.
Just I'm a better person. Anyway, I wanted to get your take on this because it's all fun until someone asks to borrow your dog. And then what do? You think it's a good idea until your door knocks and someone's like, I need to get out of the house. Please let me borrow Zoe for half an hour.
Right. And I'm like, no.
Who are you again? I'm going to call the police. Please.
Can I do a background check first?
I'm going to need your name, your address, social security number, 3 references.
Yep. Give me your ID while you're gone. Yeah, I wouldn't trust anybody else.
Give me your car keys as collateral.
Right, exactly. Especially because, like I said, you don't know what could happen. What if they lose control of the leash and the dog runs away or something?
Right. One quick bad thing I have to talk to you about. So, right before all this coronavirus thing happened, my wife and I bought a couch. Right? And it said it was supposed to be here April 18th. We've been waiting. Last week, we got an email saying it's going to be 3 to 4 extra weeks before we get our couch.
Oh, okay? That sucks.
And then this morning, I get a voicemail from the place saying that our delivery is to be expected on Friday. And I was like, what? I've been annoying Laura about the couch too. I'm like, hey, what'd be awesome is if we were to watch this movie on our new couch. That would be awesome. And it's I know it's been annoying her, but it's annoying that we already paid all this money for this couch and it's not here.
Right.
Right. So then they say 3 to 4 weeks, and then we get this phone call this morning with a voicemail. And so I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. Everything must have arrived early. That's great. They said they were having shipping problems. Whatever. Anyway. Laura contacts the store. Nope, it's just the coffee and end tables that we ordered along with the couch.
Which you're not excited about.
No, you want to talk about disappointment? That was so disappointing to me. I didn't I was so dejected.
Right. Because you got your hopes up that it was going to be here Friday.
Yeah.
Especially with being home all the time, it's a perfect time to get new furniture.
100%. But we're not going to get it for at least another 3 weeks, maybe more.
And by that time, hopefully we're out of quarantine.
But if I want the coffee and end tables, well then no, they're here ready to go.
It's not even exciting.
It's not exciting. It is. Thank you for sharing in my disappointment. Okay, time to stump Steph. In a recent survey, more than 25% of people said they would prefer to lose 10 to 20 pounds rather than get this. What is this? They'd rather lose 10 to 20 pounds instead of this. What is this? It's not.
Wait, losing weight's a good thing.
Right. So they would rather lose weight than do this or to get this. This, by the way, not an item. Not an item.
Liposuction?
No. One has to do with weight. The other one has nothing to do with weight.
Okay, I'm just confused because I feel like it's something that's not good, right?
I don't know. It all depends on what your priorities are. 25% of people said they would prefer to lose 10 to 20 pounds than to get this.
Is it like some kind of surgery?
Nope. Think about maybe good things happening in your life. I'm just trying to think of different hints without completely giving you the answer here.
Engaged.
Nope, not engaged. Good answer, but not engaged. 25%.
Get a promotion at work. Nuh-uh.
Yep. People would rather lose 10 to 20 pounds than get a promotion at work.
Now it makes sense. Okay. At first I was like confused of the wording, but no, that makes sense. Yeah, I would rather lose 10 to 20 pounds, I think.
Then get a promotion at work, which would mean more money?
I mean, it depends on how much money, I guess.
Jeez, everyone. Steph must be rolling in it.
Yeah, I have so much money, I don't know what to do with it. I don't really need any more.
Yeah,
so.
I don't need any more, so just take that weight. Yeah. All right, everyone. That's your show for today. Tomorrow we'll be back for Would You Rather Wednesday. And do not forget, tonight on Facebook, 7 o'clock, Olivia performing live. We will see you then.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.